Hello?
Hello there. How are you?
Hey!
How are
I'm
you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing
You're
great.
you're doing great. That's good. So, what did you do for today's Simp Mom?
Oh, just got up and made Simp Dad breakfast, but I was out of eggs. He gets the same breakfast every single day, and that's important. Um, Continuity. And so I whipped out to the store. It's awfully humid here. How's the weather there?
It's pretty alright. We had a little bit of rain last night actually in Canada. We haven't had rain actually. It's been a full entire drought in Canada for the last like
Ooh,
2 months. So really it was nice to actually see rain and a thunderstorm after 2 months of not having rain. So it was nice.
yes, it rained here as well, but the humidity is just hanging on, and that's just a icky feeling. But all good, all good.
That's good. That's
Mhm.
good. Do you have like a lot of rain down there at all or no?
You know what? This is one of the first summers in quite a few that the grass is brown.
Really?
And typically, the last few years that has not been the case.
Mm,
So it's pretty bad here. Some of the ponds are even, we're the land of 10,000 lakes and a gazillion ponds.
thank you so much for the
And a
follow.
lot of the ponds are drying up. And that's the first time since we've been here. We've been here 22 years.
Wow,
And that's the first
that's
time. So
insane. Yeah, we
Mother
have.
Nature.
Yeah, Mother Nature is crazy. Like even here, we haven't had like this much of a drought. Even the news has said this. We haven't had this much of a drought for 150 years in Canada. So it's insane how much like climate change has changed in the past like couple years for just the weather
Yes.
in general. It's insane.
Mother Nature, you have our attention. We've got work to do.
Exactly. But I'm glad that you're here. But we got to get through this little interview that we have. But why the name
Sure.
Simp Mom?
Because of my son Simply. His chat named me years ago.
Just because of
He's
Simp
Simply
Mom?
and Simp Mom
Okay,
and Simp
pretty
Dad
simple.
and Simp Sis and Simp Bro and his college roommates, Simp Mates. So, yeah.
Do you think you'll ever change it? Like make it a little bit different, kind of go away from Simply at all, or no?
No,
Well,
no. I think so many people know me as that. And
mhm.
I know the word simp is not appealing, but it's just, hey, it just they name me. And that's what I'm saying. Hollywood isn't calling my name or anybody, so this is just a Twitch thing. It's all good.
Hey, maybe they will call you and be like, "Hey, Hollywood, let's get Simp Mom." That'll be a great thing. You get called in from Hollywood for that name.
Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close up. No, it's no.
Okay, if you did have to change your name to something though, like what would be your unique name you think you would
My
call yourself?
unique name.
Like a unique
Gab
name.
well, Gabby's my nickname
Mm-hmm.
that I go by.
Okay.
That's not even my real name
Mm-hmm.
because I have the ability to never shut up. So making me very Gabby.
Shouldn't you be like a Karen then? Right? Isn't Karen's like that
No,
or no?
I no. Karen is more of a. Uh, I don't think I'm not plain. I don't think. I think Karen. I think I'm more effervescent than a Karen.
Oh.
Know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
and I think I'm more on the edge than a Karen. A Karen's pretty straight in the middle, and I am
Ah.
not. No, I'm a little bit of a social deviant. Yeah,
Social deviant? Why? Why is social deviant? You would
because
think.
and not in the sense of anything bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I question. Growing up, I drove my parents nuts. I questioned everything. I said, "Well, I'm not doing
Oh.
that." We were just
Thank you for the
coming
follow,
out
Frank.
of in the 60s, the mold of the mom. You grow up to be a mom and you stay at home and you get the white picket fence, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Huh.
that's not happening. And it's just, I have, like I said, I'm not an expert of anything, but I have an opinion on everything.
I get that. That's a lot of people on Twitch. They like to share their opinion a little bit, but you don't want to go too much and cause a ruckus, right? That's the main thing.
Well, yes, yes, I think you can be controversial in some subjects, and others you just don't broach.
It's true. That is very
Mhm.
true. Okay. So what do you mainly do on your streams, Simp Mom?
Well, when I started to, let's go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning.
Yeah, the first beginning. You were your
Okay.
first stream.
Simply has been wanting me to stream for a long time. And I've been saying, no, who's going to listen to this old woman? No, I'm not streaming, not doing it. He goes, but Mom, you're funny. It's like, don't care, not doing it. I would pop in on his streams and just to sing or to bring him food or something for years. And he came home Christmas and he left his camera. And he spent all afternoon setting it up and showing me how to do it. And he goes, I want you to stream on your birthday. He goes, Mom, I'll raid you. I'll send everybody to you. And so it's like, okay. And then I would have to say a dozen times during the day, it's like, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to tell him no. And then I'm thinking, oh, he spent so much time setting up. What's the harm? I can go on and say hello. And so he turned it on and it's like, I was like, this is great. Immediately it was like, wow, I like this. And then it was, of course, I got trolls right away too, and some nasty things being said, but you know what? And that's why I caution when someone asks me, young teens and that, I just don't think it's a safe place unless you don't read chat.
Okay.
To be, because it's people can be cruel. And you have to be able to deflect that. And so then I started thinking, wait a minute, with the pandemic, I'm kind of stuck here. I've got eons in my room. You can't see it, but I've got towels, hats, pillowcases. I could make glorious gifts for any occasion with an hour's notice. Any occasion. Plus I can wrap them. I've got ribbon, bows, cellophane, everything I need. And I thought, wow, with the pandemic and everybody's kind of, a lot of these young kids are feeling down. Why don't I start giving out gifts? Because I've gifted Simply's community for years, sent gifts. And so I would have to do the disclaimer when I started gifting that you have to live in the continental states because of postage. I mean, I don't mind shipping and I don't mind buying it. I don't mind spending the time to do it, but postage can get very, very high. And then people started to subscribe.
They want the
gifts. And so now it's like, I don't care where you live in the world. SIMPDad will ride a camel to deliver it to you. No, I'm just kidding. We can ship it to you because of the generosity of chat. And so now there is no disclaimer. If you win in Denmark, we had our first bitch slapper go to South Korea.
South Korea?
Yes, and we have South America. I have a map downstairs where I have pins in it, where all the countries that we've been. Canada. I would next to the US, Canada is number 2 for gifts.
Let's go, Canada. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Is right. A lot of bitch slappers up there. You better watch out.
We're gonna take over. We're gonna take over America. Let's go.
That's just a novelty gift. I mean, it's not meant to smack anybody. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Just wait. Maybe one person might have used it as a. You don't know. That's the thing, SIMPMOM.
Well, that's why if I don't know the person, because you get to know your chat a little bit, and I do have a mature audience only. And so if I'm sending a bitch slapper cold, I have a disclaimer going with it, because it would be a horror to me to have an 11-year-old get it and show his mother. And the mother's like, where did you get that? Well, SIMPMOM gave it. And it's like, oh my God, that's why, I hoping that nobody under 16 watches my channel. That is the hope.
Well, Nate is in chat right now and he says, hey, I'm the guy who won from Denmark. Tell SIMPMOM thanks from me.
Ah, see? Yay!
Oh, nice. Yo,
yes.
Hello, Denmark. Welcome into chat. Yo, sick. That's really cool. That's one thing I always love about my interviews is just seeing your community come in my chat and see who comes in, how they interact as well. That's one thing I always love about this, and just to see the interaction that you also do in chat a little bit with your community. It's great.
They dictate a lot of the stream. It will go on, someone might ask a question and then we go down that road. And I'll say, well, what do you want to do next? Because we've done beauty gone wrong. I've got a story that is just second to none. We've done sex gone wrong. We've done, workplace mishaps, school mischief, vacation horrors, and people will send in stories. And then if they're really emotional or something, I might just draw from it. But if they're kind of funny, I let the chat pick who wins. And we have, I think, 2 or 3 people that have won 4 gifts since January because they send in stories and they win. And they're true stories. They're not, I mean, I don't know if somebody would make them up or not. But mostly I think they're true stories. But the chat is wonderful because they know they'll be put in the thinking chair if they cut up. I'm the only one cutting up.
I feel that. That's funny. I guess you make gifts for people, but what is your best present that you've received, I guess? For yourself, I think.
Hey, if I made somebody smile. I mean, I'm not doing this, and I tell people, because people wanted to send gifts back, and I'm like, no, that's not how this works. No, a thank you is all I want. But just knowing that I might have made somebody's day when they open that up and that's a gift with their name on it, or their mother's name on it, or their boyfriend's name on it, or girlfriend, that it was made just for them. And it's kind of a selfish reason because it makes me feel good.
That's the main thing. Like
Yeah.
even my mom, who loves to give gifts, she just likes doing that too. Just like to have a smile out of the deal, It's
Absolutely.
But no, we can't have you say just you want to thank you and everything. Now, what has your favorite gift from your family? I would say then.
Oh, a real gift?
An actual gift. What is your favorite gift that you've gotten?
The fate by Oh wow.
Yeah.
Simp Dad is so thoughtful. I mean, he's just, flowers for every Mother's Day, and he spoiled me since day one and plied me with a lot of liquor. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What's your favorite liquor?
I would have to say that my most favorite gift of all time was my digitizing software. And it wasn't cheap. That Simp Dad gave me one Christmas. And I got that back, I think, in 2004. That allows me to turn anything into stitches. I could draw something and turn it into stitches. Instead of, because you probably don't know someone that embroiders.
No.
And so embroidery, I have a machine behind me and I can send her a design. Well, most people don't have the digitizing software, so they have to buy each design. So in other words, if I want a bell with a heart in it, I can digitize it and turn it into stitches and send it to Bertha. So that has allowed me to make one of probably the most sentimental gifts that I make. And I did make it to one person in the chat reached out and they said, my grandma died. Would you put her signature on a pillowcase?
Aww.
And so I will take her actual signature. And I said, see if you can find a card that says love grandma or with love grandma. And I will take her actual signature, turn it into stitches, and put it on a pillowcase.
Nice. That's great. I love that. Wow.
But I could not do that if I did not have digitizing software. It would be impossible. So it makes Bertha and I the dream team because we can do anything.
You could put literally a face on a stitches.
You could more of an outline, because when you're talking about gradients, you're
Mhm.
talking about a gazillion different colors.
Right.
When you work in pastel, you can kind of smear the colors, but with thread, it's a change of color. So an outline, absolutely. We had actually the neighbor's mom died, and she showed her picture, and it's like, oh my God, she's the cutest old woman I've ever seen in my life. And she if her face was on anything, I'd buy it. And so I said, I got to digitize this face. And so I absolutely did. And she was just first tears. And then, because I said, what's your mother's favorite saying? And so I wrote that on an apron with her mother, and I put her mother's face on a body. You know, I found an old lady's body, and it was adorable. But that's a great gift, because that's a never ending gift. It's a
Yeah,
gift that I use every day of the week when I'm in my room. So that would be my all time favorite gift.
that's good. Kudos to SimDev for getting that for you. Like he's done wonders for you and helped you a
Well,
lot.
you know something, Eagle Owl, when
Hmm.
he got it for me, I was so excited. And then I started to cry, because I said, I will never figure this out. It's so complicated. It did not come with a book. It
Oh,
was
it
all
didn't?
online learning.
Aw.
And um, and I only had one computer at the time. Now I've got other screens. I mean, this was back in 2004. And so I was just like, I'll never figure this out, but I have. And it's just amazing.
That's good. I like that. I enjoy hearing about that. I love hearing about what their spouses and what what they care about with each other. It's great just hearing all these stories about good marriages and just seeing how it goes about and everything. I love it. I
Well,
love it.
well, you know, Eagle Owl, I tell
Mhm.
everybody, anybody can get married if you set your standards low enough.
That is
But
true.
what you want is that life partner. And with the Simp Dad, I hit the jackpot. You know, best friend, lover, father, just everything in a human and
Hmm.
more.
I love that. That's great. Well, I got a thing to show you, Simp Mom, and this
Okay.
is on my stream. So if you have my tab open up on the
Yep.
second monitor, okay, I'm gonna show you something. It will be, I guess, really the stats for your first ever stream. I got.
Oh, you got them?
Yeah, I got them. That's what I
Oh,
got.
wow.
Let me pull this up,
Okay.
and this is here. Here we go. So this is, I guess you just started streaming, I guess, this year, and your first stream was January 2nd. And
My birthday.
yeah, your first stream.
66.
Yeah.
Pushing 70 as we say.
Hmm. Wow.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically your first stream. You haven't streamed that much. Like I've, it's good to see like how your schedule is very cool. Actually, just seeing it, it's just you just don't stream on these days, but it's cool to see like this little nice grid. You don't typically see that for a lot of like streamers actually that are like it's all
Well,
randomized. Yeah.
when you get someone as large as Simply and Ms, they could pop anytime because
Yeah.
they've got the following. But I thought, with me, I'm not a big streamer. And
Mhm.
so if I could keep it regular where people know I'm on Wednesdays and Saturdays, that might be, and I think that has helped.
Yeah.
That
As
has
well.
helped.
And also you probably have a life to do. You have other things to do, right? That's a main thing because everyone has
Yes.
lives. So
Yes.
yeah, you can't be like streaming every single day like Simply or even Mezkif and that kind of
Right.
guys and everything. So everyone has that. But yeah,
Mhm.
I just wanted to show you what your stats were and what your first stream was like. So yeah, how was your chat like for your first stream, really?
How was the chat?
Yeah, how was your chat on your first
I
day that you streamed?
Right off the bat, I got stars. I got folks that just resonated.
Mm.
Then they would say nice things. And I think someone might have said, aren't you nervous, you got all these people watching you? And it's like, yeah, but you don't understand, I'm in a room. And I never ever, when I stream, I don't know if there's 0 people there or 1,000 people there, because I never check the numbers. Now afterwards I'll glance to see, but I think that would kind of, you know, I don't know, I just don't
Accuracy.
think that's important. I just want to do the best I can
Yeah.
to to whoever is there.
Yeah, I feel that. Like for me, I honestly like I try to think back for myself. I don't remember my first stream. I remember my first like couple starting streams and everything, but when I look back because I've been on Twitch since like Justin TV. So when the site was like before Twitch and everything, that's when I was
Oh,
on the site.
really?
Yeah, I've been on Twitch for like years since I
Oh,
was
wow.
13 years
Okay.
old and
Oh, you were
yeah.
a
Yeah, I
baby.
know. So when I was 13 years old, that's when I started a Twitch channel, and that was the age that you can make a Twitch account. And that was when I joined Twitch and I started streaming, and it's been crazy how much the platform has changed, and just seeing how much it's grown, and just I wish I could remember my chat, but I don't. But that's the typicalness of forgetting this.
I remember the trolls, because that was, a little bit of a shock, knowing
Mhm.
that I'm somebody's mother and
How you
grandmother.
doing,
But
Mercy?
it's
Hope
like,
you're
you
doing
know
well.
what? Hey, it wasn't a shock. I
Mhm.
guess I was just surprised.
Yeah.
I think I was just a little surprised, not shocked, but a little surprised. And I do remember the names of the people, because you get to know them,
Yeah. That's true.
and it was it was good. It
That's
was good.
good. What's your favorite, I guess, community? What's your favorite person that you typically see in chat? Like your favorite person that you always see in chat? Like I know a couple like big streamers. Even Cutie has said like Cutie Cinderella. She's also said like she likes to see the odd person, her regulars in chat and everything. Do you have some of those regulars that you just
Oh,
like to
I
see in
would be
chat?
afraid to leave somebody out, because I have so many favorites.
Mm,
I mean, it isn't like one. I would have to say that I have probably 30 people that are my favorites.
that's
So I
good.
wouldn't want to name just one.
Do you have a good story about them at all or no?
It was kind of interesting. After I streamed for the first time, I was flooded with emails with folks wanting to be monitors, and
Oh.
yeah, moderators. And so it was like, oh wow. And so I think I have 13 mods, and all but the exception of one are from that first week. And then I've just added, someone reached out and they said, I'm watching all the time, I'd like to be a mod. I said, okay. But I do have, I mean, what's nice is we get to know each other in chat, and you kind of get the personalities, and the ones that are going to make you laugh, and the ones that are intellectual, and the ones that are going to offer wonderful wisdom, advice, and knowledge. And it's just I just have a mixed bag of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful chat. The best chat on Twitch, I think.
That's good. I've talked to many streamers, and they're like, honestly, every single person I've talked to, they think that their chat is the favorite, and I love that. It's
No,
That's the
but
main
mine,
thing.
but you have to understand mine is.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
there is no debate going on
Okay.
here. You're not going to argue with an old woman, are you?
Maybe I will. Maybe I will, SIMPMOM. Maybe I'll get a paddle and be like, yo, let's
Hey,
do
hey,
this.
hey, hey, hey.
I don't got a bitch slapper, so I
There
got
you
an actual
go.
spoon. I got an actual spoon for you, so that's what I got. But yeah, like for me, it's nice to see all the mods that are very close to the streamers, even the big streamers. I talk to them and they're like, yeah, we have great mods, and I give so much credit to all these streamers that have wonderful mods, and they actually care and want to make sure that their community is safe and caring for the streamer, right? That's one
Can I
thing.
tell a cute story
Yeah,
about
sure.
one of my mods?
Yeah.
Okay. So my sister popped on,
Mm-hmm.
and she pops on, she has her name, and she popped on my first stream, and then I got all the mods, and I think it was my second stream or maybe third stream, I chose, for whatever reason, to wear my hair straight down. And she typed in, your hair looks awful. They threw out a chat. And so she had to text me to say, hey, your mods threw, I got thrown out of your chat. So I said to my mods, I said, she can insult me in any way, shape, or form. She's inherited the right to say my butt looks big in that, my hair looks awful. But it was funny. They were so on it that out she went.
Yeah, actually, I only mod for one actually relatively like kind of big streamer, and one of the mods actually banned one of her friends in real life and everything, and she freaked out and everything because you don't do that. You don't ban someone that's from your real life area. That's
Oh,
when
you
that's
gotta,
banned.
hey, you lighten up. You gotta take it as a joke. I mean,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Come on. You cannot be under stress and laugh at the same moment, so choose laughter every single time. And
Yep.
lighten up. Are you kidding? I thought it was a hoot.
Exactly. I thought it was funny. I'm like, oh, it depends on the streamer too. Like some are just very like serious about that stuff, and then you have like yourself. It's just like, hey, they're making jokes about that, but the mods just don't know. Hey, that's a person that you know. That's they're just Having fun roasting you.
I'm a former hospice nurse. I don't take things like this serious. Okay. I mean, it's like, and I tell my chat, and they've heard me say it a million times, that life is so precious. When you wake up in the morning and you open your two eyes, those are your first two gifts of the day. And that's how every morning you should wake up. Because there's people in a bed that would give anything to have another morning.
True.
But
Very
anyways,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, let's not get into the sad stuff, but
Well, you know, I think what made me a good hospice nurse is because I am lighthearted.
oh, okay.
And you can learn life's lessons without the doom and gloom, you
True.
know, and I've always tempered everything with humor when I
Yeah.
can.
I wish I had more like for me, I don't think I'm very much a funny person. I'm more of like I feel like I'm a little bit more serious, but I need to get more of that humorness in myself.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I need more of that in my life. So I try to bring myself
It's
with a lot of people with humor in my life.
it's such a stress reliever, and
Right?
we all need that. We all need that.
Yeah, that's one thing. And it's funny. I had someone in my chat also said, "Yo, Eagle, you're very funny, dude. Don't think that." I'm like, dude, I don't think I'm funny, man. That's funny, but I don't know. It's weird, but yeah. Why did you start like? Were you actually nervous for your first stream? You think?
I was, if there was any nerves involved, it was technical. What if I have technical problems? Because there's nobody here to help. And I think that was the only thing that, because when I first did it, I had an echo. I tried, because I turned on my stream like 5 minutes before Simply rated me, and I had an echo. And someone in chat went into his chat and told him. He called me, and we fixed the echo. And that was, it was very cool. And I find that happens a lot. I know more about Simply from his chat since he's moved to Austin. It's his chat comes into my chat, and I get all the, everything that's going on. They, hey, there was a fight between Babs and QT. What? So
oh yeah, that issue, that was funny.
They keep me informed, and they also help out. Like when we had problems the other night, people told him, and it's very cool. I mean, we're communicating. Our chats are communicating with each other's chats. I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Like for instance, like it's good for you, but
Yes.
I guess for a person like I guess Simply, also even Cutie, like she hates it when people inform her about like Ludwig's stream and everything because it's her stream. That's the only thing. That's
No, I love it.
You love
If it's important to somebody, bring it on.
Exactly.
Because if it might be something that, oh wow, let's talk about that, or it might be something I glance at and go, I just kind of skip that one. But typically we talk about it because someone else will chime in with something else. Because they'll say, did you know that this happened? It's like, no, do tell. And so yeah, it's all good.
Spill the tea, I want
That's right.
I want
Spill
some
the
information.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Is there something you want to improve with your streams if you haven't done it yet, or what you want to do with your streams that you want to improve the next couple months?
I just bought a second camera. I paid $29, and I think I'm getting $29 worth of 4D or 4G or 4 HD or whatever the hell it is. But I want a Bertha cam. And so I just got it last night, and she's sitting over there on our mic stand. We used to be karaoke DJs years ago for a second job. Ooh. And she's sitting there aimed at Bertha. And so I might pop on after we're done with you to do like a Bertha stream, because the chat likes to watch her do her thing. She's a 6-needle machine. So that's what I'm trying to improve is a second camera. So because what I do is I pick up this camera, bring it over there with the computer, and I'm holding the camera. So we're going to try to have 2 cameras. So we'll see how that goes.
That'd be cool. Like even for myself, I just actually this year I got like a DSLR camera set up for my computer, and it's nice to actually have that now. And I've seen improvement with my streams because of that. So it's nice. I know like a bunch of streamers have like second cameras, and even like I know one streamer has like a second camera just pointing on the back of her setup, so then they could see like the whole entire setup, how they're running it with the keyboard and everything. So like, it's cool to have second cameras. That's what I've noticed a lot of streamers do actually.
And I've learned how to bring my working screen into my VOD, so that
Mm-hmm.
when I'm designing somebody's name, a couple of weeks ago I started, let's make your gift night. And so I'll bring up a couple fonts and I go, do you like this? Do you like this? And they can pick
Mm.
out the font they want. Then I take them over to all the threads. But you can probably see the threads behind
Yeah,
me,
that's a
all
lot.
the colors of threads to pick out and kind of make their gift right online. And that people seem to enjoy that. So we're going to
Good.
do that for a while. Who doesn't want watch their gift being designed and made?
Exactly. That's kind of
So,
cool. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. Do you who do you admire on Twitch besides simply because he's your son? Like, who's your favorite top creator that you like to watch or
You
admire?
know, Miz is a genius.
Yeah.
Miska. Miska. And simply will say he is the hardest working streamer on Twitch. When I was down there, I got a chance, I popped in on him. Did you know I went to Austin?
Yeah, I actually watched you stream, or I forget when, but yeah, you talked and said that you went to the Miss Kip house and everything, and it's
Well, I
cool.
went there as a surprise, and I only told Maya the night before that I
Ah.
was coming. And I the he's so dedicated to his craft, and
Mm.
he's he was wonderful. I enjoyed everybody down there. I loved my time down there, but I love watching Miz, because you never know what you're going to get, right? With Miz, you don't know where he's going, and he's spontaneous. And the one thing gift that he has is he's so good at physical humor. The jumping around and the.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him fall. I've seen him dump spaghetti at himself. I've seen him. Uh, he's so good at that. I enjoy him. But I have to tell you, when I'm working up here, the thing with Miz is you got to watch him. When I'm working up here, sometimes I just want to listen. And then I'll watch Kit Boga scam the scammers, because
Oh.
you know who he is.
I've heard the name. I don't know him though.
Oh, Kit Boga's he makes me laugh out loud. What he does is that he has a voice changer. And so he'll pretend to be an old woman going along with their scams. And he'll even have the noise when he's in a car that, yes, I'm going to the Target store to get these gift cards to redeem. I mean, and he'll tie up these scammers time for hours. And
Hours?
but what's nice is that I can just listen, and then I can be designing. So it's like when I want to relax and watch, it's Mizzy. I love Maya's streams down there. I like all the streamers. I like
Yeah.
Slick. I like Russell. I love Mitch
Mitch is
Jones.
great.
And I mean, he's so gifted and talented. It, but I would have to say that I've kind of fallen into this Mario 64 community for streamers, except Miz kind of opened that up when Simply moved down there.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I love that streamer house. I'm trying to think. The main one I honestly watch was Slick and Maya. Actually, I loved like when she still does it. Maya still does the odd time music streams. She has an amazing voice. I love
I've got
listening.
to ask her how she could do that, because
Right?
we're going to do a music stream at some point. Because
Oh,
um, I'd love to do that.
yeah.
I made the most money I ever made in my life as a singing waitress. The
Cool.
most money I ever made was a singing waitress. I was Dorothy from my character, and this was years ago. I was Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz working in a theme restaurant. And I bet my roommate, because I was working in nursing, I said, this sounds like a fun job. I said, I bet I can get a job there. So I made the Dorothy outfit. I got a pair of heels. I put red glitter all over them, and, somewhere over, belted out over the rainbow. And the guy hired me on the spot.
That's
And
great.
yeah.
I love
So
that.
maybe some music streams in my future, but boy, she's got that voice that you just could listen to for. I mean, she puts so much of her feelings in her songs,
You could
that
really
she's
feel it.
so genuine. And you know what? That's the type of person that she is. Her heart is bigger than all outdoors.
Yeah.
She's just as kind and sweet and loving person that I've ever known. I mean, she's a gift to Twitch.
She's great for Miz, and I'm so happy that those two are together. And she's one of a kind, and you could really see her personality just shine on stream and even just in general. Like she's a gift. She is a gift in general, and
Yes,
I
she
love
is.
it.
And saving all those animals, and
Right.
she was holding a kitten last night, that little bitty kitten,
Mhm.
hand feeding the kitten, and just she's going to change the world.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
can't wait to see it. Being part of her little community, I've joined many communities in the stream world. Like for me, it's hard for me to actually like. I know you have that streamer that you could put in the background. For me, when I watch Twitch, I can't put anything in the background. I can't.
Yeah.
I have to actually just sit and watch streams. I can't multitask like that, which it sucks, but at the same time, I'm happy for that. I guess because
Sure.
it's
Well,
good.
what Twitch is reality TV
Hmm.
without the script, without the retakes.
Unless you watch
This is
Austin
as
show, then
good.
yeah.
This is as good as it gets. I mean, if you want to really watch reality.
It's real life. That's the thing. It's
Hmm.
your favorite creator, your favorite person that you want to watch, get to know them. They're live. That's the main part about Twitch. So you get to
Yep.
know them, but not in a crazy parasocial relationship kind of way,
Right,
I guess.
right,
Right. So
right. Yeah, and
yeah.
Simply's now being recognized, and I don't know how he's he's a little ambivalent.
Oh.
It's one thing to be in your room streaming; it's another thing to be walking anywhere in a park and, hey, Simply. You know what it is I think we're conditioned that we worry about the crazies. Not the good people that 99.999 are. You worry about that one lunatic
1%.
coming out of the
Yeah.
woodwork.
That's the only issue with streamers that I've seen. Like they get so afraid of going out. They're like, "Hey, I don't want to meet people in person and everything." Like, no, there is good people out there. I think I did actually even once for myself get noticed at least once in my town. I'm like, that's crazy to me that someone even myself got noticed, which I didn't think that could happen for myself, which was kind of cool. But yeah, that's something. Have you got noticed in person, I
Mm-mm,
guess, at all, or no?
no.
No.
No, I tip. I wear a lot of bows, so yeah, I
Mm,
could look like this out there, but no, no, no one's no one said, "Hey, Zip Bob." Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
give it time.
All good.
Give it
It's all
time.
good.
I
I
think
mean,
it'll happen. Happen.
but I mean, I'm not looking for that. I mean, it's I am the giver of gifts. I'm not. I don't care. I mean, if somebody wanted a picture, well, when I went to SGQ, when Simply was running, and people would recognize me there and want to take selfies with me. And that was fine. You bet. Because I'm there to support Simply. They know
Yeah,
me, and that was it. That's fine.
it's good.
It's fine. I would never turn down a selfie. If somebody recognized me, I would never be rude ever,
You know,
ever. Because
if I see you in a convention, Sim Mom, now I'm gonna be like, Sim Mom, let's get a picture.
well, I mean, I would hope that if anybody recognized me and wanted a picture, I mean, I would always be open for that. Always. If they have enough nerve, I'm not enough nerve, but I mean, if they got their phone and it's like, hey, would you do? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what does it take? A second?
A few
Give me a
seconds.
break.
Right.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
But like
Um.
I said, I just think that Simply, is just he's in a house of streamers,
Mhm.
and so they'd like to not be doxxed in any way, and I think
Right.
that's the fear is, let's follow him home or something.
Yeah,
you
that's
know
an issue. You
yeah.
gotta be wary of that when you're out there and about, and you see your favorite streamer. They have their own home, and you shouldn't follow them home. Like I even got like almost a couple times, like people even put my actual house on Google Maps, which was weird and it was kind of
Oh,
stupid.
that's
That was my
well,
old house, but yeah, it was dumb.
and people have to realize that. And when I was on Mrs. Stream, and I was reading, I've got to stop. I watch the stream and I say, I'm going to try to delete that. And when I was watching his stream, we were looking at people that were banned. And for one thing, it shocked me what they would say. And I said to the camera, I said, there's a human back here. And in Mrs. case, this is what he does for a living. Would you go up to the street and say something so awful to the person? Really? This is a living being trying their best to entertain you. And if you got something really rotten to say, write it down and show it to your monitor. And be nice.
Be nice. That's the quote of the year from SIMPMOM. Be nice.
I end my stream saying the four things every stream. I say the same thing.
What's the 4 things?
Oh, I have them right here. What I say is treat people the way you want to be treated. Right?
Right.
You can't control what happens to you. A lot of the time, you have 100% control over how you respond. Your glass is half full, not half empty. It's a perspective of outlook. And you might forget what they said, but you'll never forget the way they made you feel. Fair. And sometimes I'll say kindness is free, sprinkle that shit everywhere you go to. But I always end it with those 4 things. Just, I mean, we all need to be kinder. I don't get what's going on now in the world in airplanes where people are acting like lunatics. I don't get the rudeness and the crassness of some people. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Will never go wrong.
Exactly.
See, I'm on my soapbox. See, you got to watch out, Eagle Owl. Sometimes I get on that soapbox.
Sprinkle that shit. That's what Castle says.
Sprinkle that. Yeah, kindness is free. Sprinkle that shit everywhere you go.
Exactly. One person in chat asked me, "Does SIMPMOM play Among Us?" That's what clips.
Play a what?
Among Us. The game that the little space guys in a ship.
No.
No. You don't play that?
I don't. I typically don't play any games. A little bit of cards, but I love the Jackbox games.
Yeah, the Jackbox.
And Fibbage and the drawing game, and I like things like that. But no, I'm not a game player. I usually there's stuff I need to do.
Yeah, you should. It's a fun game, and a lot of streamers do it with each other. You could talk to Simply about that, actually. Maybe one day.
I will.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Yeah, I think you would have a blast, actually, for that. And
I do like games. I do like games. That's why I'm looking forward to the Jackbox games where we get to play with live people rather than just listening to this mouth,
Yeah.
So
nice. And Cass, yes, she makes a bunch of gifts for her chat and her community and everything. That's what she does on her stream and that. Welcome to the stream, Cass. Hope you're doing well. So SIMPMOM, do you have a Twitch crush on anyone? I know you have a husband and everything, but like hypothetically, do you think anyone is kind of cute on Twitch?
Oh, there's a lot of cuties out there. Hey, I may work up my appetite, but I always go home to eat. Let me see. Who is, what? This is going to sound as corny as I'll get up, but I could get lost in Miss Gift's eyes. I used to draw portraits years ago.
Wait, you fantasize about Miss Gift and draw portraits?
No, I don't fantasize. No, I don't fantasize about anybody. But you didn't ask me about fantasize. Okay. You just asked me if there's somebody that I kind of like. I mean, his eyes when I was making gifts for Christmas for the house, for the streamer house, I wanted to put Mizzy's face on an apron. I made him an apron with his face on it. And I kept, because I'd never met him, I was looking on the internet for pictures of him, and everybody had his eyes, like, this glorious blue in these eyes. And it's like, nobody can have eyes like that. So, and eyes are the key to our soul, right? So when I met him and I looked in those eyes, it was like, that's a genetic jackpot, those eyes.
Genetic jackpot.
I mean, he has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen on a male. And so, but I don't
Not
have
even
really.
Your husband's eyes?
Well, that now, okay. I had a list when I was looking for Simp Dad because I was on the hunt of my life. And the only thing he didn't have was blue eyes because I carry the recessive trait for blue eyes because my mom is blonde hair, blue eyes.
Mm.
And that's the only thing he didn't have was that blue eyes because I love the dark hair, blue eyed combination. That just to me, it's very doll like.
For me, it's like a blonde hair and blue eyes. That's my mix. I
Yeah,
typically,
blonde hair, blue eyes.
yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes. But also, there's also the mix of like black hair, brown eyes, mainly, or brown hair, brown eyes. That's the
Yeah,
mix. I have
but I
different
mean,
mixes, but yeah.
I would have to say that he's striking in his appearance. And if I had a crush, it would probably be but I you see I'm so enamored with my husband. Although Clint Eastwood paid me a visit in my dreams, my chat will tell you. That boy, oh boy, oh boy, he could make my day and night.
That's on after the podcast. I'm knowing.
Oh, see, we go all over the place. But on my streams, we're everywhere. We talk about we were talking about dreams one night and nightmares and things, and I was just talking about Clint Eastwood.
I love talking about that with my stream and everything. Like, hey, what do you guys do this week? What did you do, and what do you guys want to talk about? Mainly, the odd time my stream is like, oh, we just had a boring week. That's basically what my stream is.
That's not good.
I know, right?
That's not good.
It's not good, but now we have this little segment that I wanted to do with you,
Oh boy.
SIMPMOM. It's behind this tweet, Google search, Twitch clip, and everything. But before that, I want
Okay.
to show you a picture of something, and I want your
Okay.
opinion on it and everything. So let me get
Now,
this out
am
for
I
you.
in like the psychologist? Should I lay down?
No, maybe in a minute we'll see. We'll see.
See, you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun.
Exactly.
I'm not going.
Well, pull up the stream. This is the picture I want you to see.
Okay.
What do you think of these two?
What am I looking at?
Oh, pull up my Twitch stream, the
Oh,
Eagle stream, and there's a picture that I have on stream. What do you think of these two?
1 second. I gotta get
Sure.
there. Okay, 1 second. Yay.
The suspense.
I forget that there's no
Yeah, there's no screen
let me-
sharing or anything. That's the
Hold
only
on, let
issue
me-
about Zoom.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's right. Oh, see, okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Simply? It's Simply?
It's Simply and babbsity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
I wanted your opinion on, like, what do you think of those two together?
I picked her out.
You
I
picked
was
her
on the
out?
Lover Host. I was on the Lover Host,
Right.
and I had 9 women to pick, and I picked babbsity.
Nice. That's good. Well, like, I know that, but, like, what are your actual opinion on her? Have you talked to her and everything? Like, have you had a
I've
good
not.
conversation?
I've not, and I've not even caught up with Simply since she was here. He's so flippin' busy. What I think is that if Simply was a woman, that's who he'd be. And if she was a man, that's who she'd be. Simply. I think that's what appealed to me is that they're like a dormant volcano. They seem kind of quiet on top, but boy, there's a whole bunch going underneath the surface. She's talented musically, and she's bright. She does well in college, just like him. Simply was in the master's program, and he's very musically talented. So I think that from the surface, they seem, like a dormant volcano. But let me tell you, there's a lot of action underneath the rock.
Do you have any advice for those two at all?
I think the only now I don't know, I gotta stop saying that. I don't know how they connected off stream, and I don't have any idea where that went to. If they found that they did not have the chemistry, or they did, I don't know. And I think that's for them to know. I'll know if she gets an invite to Minnesota that things are doing good. But I like what I see. I think that they are they just as cute as two people could be. And what did you think?
I think that they're a cute little couple actually on Twitch. It seems like a good chemistry. She's a little quirky. He's a little like he's awkward like myself. So I think it's a good mix with those two. I'm curious on how this is like. I really hope that nothing, bad happens with those two. I never wish upon that anything for any
Sure.
streamer, of course. But yeah, I'm so curious about the relationship, and if it does go out well, if it does, I'm all for it. And I support the
Well,
two.
she's 5'10" and he's 6'4".
Yeah, it's perfect.
So
height.
right there is nice. She's a couple years younger. That's nice. She's driven. She's got plans, and I think that it's to be seen. But you know what? You still could have everything like that and have no chemistry. Where you want to continue. So I guess we'll all find out when we do.
We'll find out together. That's see. Do you think it was good for those two to be together on stream, or no? Would you rather
Oh, I think it's like, oh, do you mean when she came out?
Not came out, like actually, like that they brought their relationship on like the internet. Do you think it was better if they did it not on the internet? You think?
Well, I think they did both. I think they had the relationship on the internet and they had a relationship off the internet, but they're both streamers, so they get it.
That's true. Okay. Good opinion. Okay. Now I want to show you a little thing on. This is the part where you still have to pull up the stream and everything. Okay. So this, when you search up SIMPMOM, this is what comes up on actual
Oh,
Google
God
search.
love us all. Okay.
This is what searches up.
I am so glad that when I was young there were no cameras. Okay. Oh boy, yeah, Simp Dad and I, we are so thankful that there were no cameras when we were young.
Yeah, that's
we are true children of the 70s.
Well,
okay, what are we seeing there? We're seeing all kinds of stuff.
There's all bunch of stuff. There's some stuff about your stream. There's actually a lot of stuff about like the Mizkif house that you were at. Actually, that's the main thing.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, like there's some stuff from live stream fails that pops up if you know live stream fails.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that. Oh, even Bari's on here now. That's on here that you did.
He was very sweet, and boy, has he got a talent. He's a powerhouse.
Yeah, shout out to Bari. I honestly did not like. Honestly, I gave the idea from actually interview because of Bari, actually because of the Bari stream. So I'm like, oh, why not message you?
I had fun rating the streamers.
Yeah, that
isn't that a good way to rate them?
Some of them, yeah. I would say that.
But I mean that breakfast and dinner and that, I thought that was pretty.
It was cool. I like how you labeled all of them, and if you want to, like, have an overnight thing, who knows?
There was only one stale bag lunch, I think.
But yeah, this is your Google search. If you want, you could check it out after. But yeah, when you search up SIMPMOM, of course, there's the odd bathtub streamer on there. But yeah, that's what happens when you search up SIMPMOM.
Yeah, if you look at the very top, very top.
Oh, let me go to the very top.
The very top. There's my bitch slapper. That very first picture, I'm standing next. There was a lead in the play that 2 years ago I had a lead in the play in our retirement community, and so I was. It was from the Old West, and I was up against this very handsome man. He's kind of cut out of the picture, but a lot of fun.
That's good.
And the third one, I'm of course simply as a panda. And so they wanted to interview me for Mother's Day, and they sent me a panda outfit, and that's taken in our backyard. 2 weeks after that picture was taken, there was a Mojave rattlesnake right where I was standing. And that's the deadliest snake in the desert.
At least you're not dead. That's the main thing.
Yeah, we had a friend down there died from a rattlesnake bite.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens.
Next we have is Twitter. I just want to ask you, why do you embarrass a lot of your son on Twitter? I'm just curious about that.
By doing what?
I don't know. Just post a lot of like old stuff about
Simply
and that.
Because I can.
Sure, you're the mom. That's the main thing. That's
I
yeah.
think that people are so. I mean, I have these wonderful pictures of him. He was such a Beatles fan that one year,
Mm.
and you probably, oh, there we are. We crashed our son's Halloween party, and he had a smoke machine going, or fog machine going. And what happened was, my son was living here with his wife, and they were saving for a house, and
Mhm.
they asked if they could have a Halloween party here, and it's like,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. And so we decided that we were going to go to bed,
Mm.
and we kept hearing them chant, Larry, Larry. The whole everybody downstairs is Larry. And he goes, Deb, can we get a costume? And I said, let me see what I can find. So I had this huge dress that I bought that was so big for me that never worked. I have my red wig, and I plopped that on him, and I've got a kimono on, and somehow I had some white makeup up there. So that's like a 2-minute makeup. And then we went down the stairs, and we just busted the party and
Dang,
had a ball. Yeah.
you were quick with that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were scrambling because we were going to go to bed. And
Mhm.
so we just decided that to go down and party with the kids
Was alcohol good?
always.
It's good.
But he likes beer. I'm not a beer drinker. I'm not a huge drinker, although I have an
Mhm.
occasional glass of wine on stream.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm not much of a wine person. Like, if I had to have wine, it would be white wine.
Mhm.
But as for alcohol wise, I'm not a beer drinker either. I like just simple vodka. I'm a simple vodka guy.
Straight
Well, straight, but there's also what I usually do with vodka. I put it with Pepsi.
vodka and Pepsi.
Yeah,
Is there a name for that?
I
Does that
call
have
it.
a name?
It's just called Pepsi
Pop vodka.
vodka, vodka Pepsi. I just call
Well,
it vodka.
you've got to come up with a name for that.
I know. I need to think of a
Pep
cool
vodka.
name. Pop vodka?
Voxy.
Voxy?
Vodsy.
Voxy.
Pepsi and vodka. Vodka and Pepsi.
That
Yeah.
could. That's a good ring to it. I should go to
Vodsy.
the bar and be like, "Yo, can I get
A
Votsky?"
Vodsy. Vodsy. Yeah.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
what is this? I'll say vodka Pepsi. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
We created something, SIMPMOM. Yes, awesome.
There we go.
Let's go. All right, let me get the next one for you. This
Uh-oh.
is this
Uh-oh.
is Cincinnati Nazi. Big shout out to my future mother-in-law. It's Gabby.
Oh,
It was
that
so
is
great.
probably the worst picture ever taken of me in my life.
Why?
I look like I just ate a side of beef in one sitting.
Nah.
And just yeah. That's going to the SGQs. And when Simply would run or not run, but we would Sim Data and I would show up. And that's just one of the pictures somebody took with us.
Nice. He simply looks very young there. I didn't realize that.
He is, and he's wearing his
University shirt.
Heisenberg University, yes, from Breaking Bad, his Breaking Bad shirt.
Yeah.
So he
Nice.
was probably a senior or first year college. That picture, I would say.
Oh wow. I forget how old is Simply now. Is he
Simply's 24.
Okay. Okay. I thought he was like roughly around my age, but no, he's a little bit
Now,
older.
how old are you, Eagle?
How old do you think I am, SIMPMOM?
Get close to the camera.
Wait.
I would 26, 27.
No.
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 How old?
I'm 21.
Oh, you're a baby.
I know. Everyone thinks I'm like 26, 25. I'm like, nah.
Well, you know what it is?
It's the beard.
Is that you have a fabulous beard.
Yeah.
And a lot of times guys can't grow those until they're well into their 20s.
Yeah.
So you're very fortunate.
Well, even then, this is not a full beard yet still. It's like a little bit patchy, like right there. But yeah, it's like almost there, but yeah.
But it's good. It's good like old country. It's good.
It's good. It's very, very good.
Very, very, very good.
I love it. Here we go. We got out doing karaoke with Big Simp.
Oh no. Oh, he loves to dance. He just loves to dance. That place, they don't have karaoke there anymore, but that is one of the biggest dives in the area. It is so bad that when it rains, they have buckets all over and on tables. So you have to watch where you sit or you will get wet. It is the bathroom. This is where, okay, when I go out that night, I put makeup on, but you would be best advised to pull your dirty clothes out of your hamper to put them on to go there. But the karaoke DJ is second to none. He is like the best there is. He is the funniest human I've ever known with a fabulous sound system. So you put that together and you could put it anywhere and I would go. But it's a hometown bar. And it was kind of funny. You know Pac from speedrun.com?
Yeah.
Okay, he's such a gentle, kind person. He wasn't there that night, but we took him there, and he went up to get a drink and said something to one of the patrons that was standing next to him. I think he got close. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so close, or I didn't. He apologized for something, and the man came over to our table. And he's like, he could have got off any bike, and he got off and he said, I've been coming to this bar for 15 years and I've never heard anybody with those kind of manners. I mean, we thought he was going to clock. He was just so impressed with Pac's manners that he had to come over. Nobody ever talks to me like that, as kind as you did, or something like that. And we were just kind of like, okie dokie. Okay. But I had warned them. That you're going to have a ball. Because dives are the most fun. You let your hair down and you have fun. So that's taken at a place where it was just a lot of fun, but you really want to take a shower when you get home.
I have that a couple places in Canada, actually. Like, there's a few that are like questionable, like very downtown low areas that is like, it's very questionable people there.
I mean, when you got water coming through on a regular basis, and you've got to change your seat, you feel, there's a new leak. Let's see, they bring a bucket over. Very cool. But he loves to dance. And he loves to sing.
Yeah. I also saw, I didn't put most of this on, but he did a few actual like shows.
Oh yes, I've got the tickets for the first show that he ever did that was a paying show. I've got that in his room. We bought a ticket and we took pictures, and I've got that in a frame on the wall for his first. And I think he opened for a couple of bands up in Duluth as well.
That's cool. Maybe he should pursue that more. Maybe.
I think he probably will.
Yeah.
I mean, he, some of his songs, I mean, the sandwich song and My Booty Is Boppin', I mean, they're really catchy. They are very catchy.
If you make a catchy song, it'll be a hit. That's the main part about music.
Right.
So, hey, never know. It might become a radio hit in a few years. Who knows?
Never know.
Who knows?
Never know.
More karaoke with Simpsis and SIMPMOM.
Oh, yeah. Yes, my daughter's a very good singer. Very good singer. And matter of fact, she taught me the song that I now sing. Usually when I go out for you need like a warm-up song.
Yeah.
When you go out. And so she sang it one night, and the bar was just like, it was so good. It was Reba McEntire, Why Haven't I Heard From You? And it's got a real bluesy sound, but then you can really belt out and you can growl in it. And so she taught me that song, and so that has become my opener.
Very cool. Very cool. I haven't done much karaoke actually for myself, but I've done a little bit with a couple of friends. But I'm not a very good karaoke person, actually.
It's fun.
It is fun to hang out with friends and do it.
And there's a song for everybody. You don't have to sing well, because there are songs that, and I think I told you that we were karaoke DJs when we needed extra money when we first got married. And I would encourage people that wanted to try it. I said, please don't pick a slow song where you're holding a note. Pick something where you just touch the song and you go, because you're so nervous that it's going to show through when you're holding a note. And just something quick and where you touch the notes, so you get a feel what it's like to be up there. So I'm one of these people that you would need the big hoop to pull me off stage. Get off the stage. No, I don't wanna. I want to stay right. I'm very. You could put me in front of 50,000 people, and it wouldn't bother me one bit.
That's insane. I would get stage fright.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, no, okay, fine, okay.
But not me, not me,
Not you,
not me,
not you,
not me.
not you. Last one from Twitter. Simply Hat.
The Simply Hat. I've got a whole stack of them here. I just made I'll show you. Hold on.
Ooh, yeah, sure.
Just made a whole stack of them because they go so quick.
Oh.
A lot of people choose them. And so I had Bertha going all day the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, like, I got the stripe one.
Ooh.
And I have light denim. Would you like me to send you one?
If
Dark
you want,
denim.
it's up to you.
Would you wear it?
One. Ooh, that's a nice black one.
Most of these are black.
Oh,
That's like the, and so Bertha was kind enough to make all these hats for me the other day. And so we got Simply Hats. That came when you showed the clip, when you Google SIMPMOM, there's a picture where Simply is sitting at a table with Punkache and cheese.
Oh.
And that was the very first Simply hat ever made. And they were red hats with a black rim. And I looked for the font, the Mario font, and found it. And that was where the very first Simply hat. And I made one that said Puncation on it and one that said cheese on it as well. So that when they were interviewed, they had their hats in front of them. And that was the very first Simply hat. From then, people asked for them. And so it's been years that I've been making Simply hats.
Man, yeah.
And I don't sell anything. I sell, people will say, well, would you do it? And it's like, no, it's all gifts. I sell nothing and never will. I won't sell merchandise. I've turned down a couple sponsors, not interested. If my community won't benefit, not going there.
That's insane that you turned down even sponsors. Like, wow.
Just a couple.
Okay. Just a couple. I understand that. For me, I don't get actually sponsorships. I just have developers, even like big developers, even like Microsoft, who has sent me like games to just, review and play on stream. I'm shocked about that, even that I even get that. So it's like, it's cool that even like you have these offers. It's cool.
Well, the thing is that I'm retired now. Sure. If I was younger and having to pay the bills with what I stream, my stream covers postage, and now it actually covers materials as well. And I bought 32 pairs of Comfy Dumpies, and so they'll be awarded when I hit 300 gifts.
That'd be great. That'd be cool. I can't wait till you reach 300 gifts. Hey, are you gonna do something crazy for 500?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
don't know. We did 10 golden bitch slappers when we got to 100. We did 28 holy buckets when we hit 200. And I've got on Simply's bed, I got 32 pairs of real soft pajama pants that I'm going to put a bitch slapper on. The chat said to put a bitch slapper on the pocket. So I digitize this, and this is what's going to go on the pocket.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's very tiny, and it's going to go on the left pocket, on the outside of the left pocket.
That's gonna look nice and cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Good. I got one Twitch clip for you, cause
Uh-oh.
Oh
my God. I look like I scrubbed toilets all day in that picture. I was so flippin' tired. That's in Mrs. Kitchen. And the lighting was so bad. See, I use funeral home lighting here. So I look a little pinker. I don't look as dead. I look like I was rode hard, put away wet in it. That picture. Oh my my God, you brought that up. So fortunately, you brought up the two worst pictures that I've ever had. But that's okay. That's okay. You know, we got to laugh, right?
We gotta have
Oh,
fun
I
with
was
this.
so tired. I was so tired. That's my Saturday night stream, and I baked and cooked all day and was tired.
And then, okay.
Did I say something on there? Are you playing
I'm
something?
gonna play it right now.
Oh
sure.
boy. Okay.
But
All bets
is
are
Emily
off.
your only daughter? Not yet. I have another daughter, but
You have another daughter. It just says so. I guess you have two daughters. I guess that's what I'm assuming the clip was.
No, I
about.
just have one daughter.
Oh, I think you just okay. But yeah, that's
What did I say? What did I say on that clip?
You said.
But
I didn't hear
is
it.
Emily your only daughter?
Is Simply your only daughter?
Your only daughter?
Simply.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet.
No, I have a daughter that I did karaoke with.
You were tired that night. Just leave it.
Oh.
It's fine.
Oh my God. I looked like I was scrubbing toilets and rode hard and put away wet. I mean, it was just the lighting is so bad. You know, that lighting is everything
Oh, yeah.
stream wise. And I was absolutely, we had packed up our Arizona home because we winter in Arizona. I get to play with kids my own age down in Arizona. We have a ball, and don't you think we have fun? We trick or treat for booze. You know, we have a ball. So we pack up the house and we moved home. We've come back here for the summertime. And I flew in that night to have to leave the next day to fly to Texas.
Oh.
And so I was tired to begin with, but it was Simply's birthday and it was important to be there.
That's good. I love that. Well, that's the little Google segments, Twitch clip, Twitter thing. Now we're going to go into more of your personal life and everything. So, Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. All
right. Hit me with your best shot.
How was life growing up, your childhood?
I grew up on a farm with two wonderful parents. Our grandparents lived on the other half of the house. So there was, wait a minute, there was 9 of us in one bathroom.
9?
9 in one bathroom. My folks were wonderful. We could bring home any pet, like we had a pet lamb. If we found a bird that was injured or anything, they were very accommodating. We were Catholic growing up, went to church every week. I'm the middle of 5, so I'm the problem child. You know, that's how that goes. Hey, I was born. My mother went to her 6-week checkup to find out she was pregnant with me. So my brother and I were in the same class growing up. Wow. Because we're less than, 10 months apart, 11 months apart. Yeah. So, but a wonderful childhood. I can't say enough. In a small, safe town, parents with great values. My dad was a wonderful, wonderful man. He never spoke about, racial slurs were never spoken. He believed in the good of all men.
That's good.
And what a great way to grow up without having prejudice, being, taught to hate. So I thank them. And my mom was upbeat from day one. Dad was a little bit of a pessimist, but mom overshadowed that with her upbeatness and pretty much told us we could do anything.
That's great. Even like for me, just seeing how old you are and everything, you would be roughly or maybe about the age of, like, I guess would be my mom. My mom's in her like 50s-ish, but yeah, you would be growing up like the time as my grandma would have been.
Probably, yeah, because sure. I'm 66.
Yeah.
And so if I was a pregnant teenager, I could have had your mom. She was 50.
Yeah, technically, but
yeah, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I'm very shocked. Like, you had a great life. A lot of people I've even talked to, and I don't know how, I guess America's standard of living would have been a lot different compared to Canada. Like, Canada is a lot more very strict with parents wise and everything, very not very welcoming with their children. That's what I've heard. And I guess that age group, I would say, but I'm glad that you had a great childhood, and that's
No, it was
one
it
thing.
was a growing up was wonderful. My mother made glorious Christmases and baked. She was a wonderful baker, and she could make anything. We didn't have a lot of money, but we had a whole lot of creativity.
Good. I like that. Do you ever participate in like local culture stuff in your town or anything? Like, what do you typically do when you're out and about in your city?
You know what? When we relocated here, we uprooted here. We've been here for 22 years. So when we moved here, Simply was two, and I had, young kids. And other than school activities, I have to say that I have not. It would have been nice to have been here from the start, to been involved with everything, clubs and organizations. But the kids, the kids in their school and their activities is what came first to us.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
even in your city, you don't have anything like touristy or anything that you typically go to. Like my city, we
Oh
have a
yeah.
lot of tourist
Oh,
stuff, like that kind of stuff. I was kind of referring
oh,
to.
oh yes. We have the wonderful Minnesota Zoo. We
Yeah.
have the Mall of America here.
Mm.
Um, the one thing that Minnesota has, well, let me back up. My husband relocated us here for a job, and we decided that we would stay here 10 years and then move back home where all our family was. And after 9 months, Elaire says, "Hey, do you ever want to go back home?" And I said, "No, I'll never leave Minnesota. Minnesota is meant for families.
Yeah.
There's parks everywhere. They just The family unit to me is what's the most important for Minnesotans. And let me give you an example. We're from New York and Western New York, not the city. And when the school district would send out a flyer saying during the summertime, we've got these classes, we've got these bus trips, we've got activities for your kids. If you didn't get there the first day, you were SOL. It wasn't going to happen. And so we moved to Minnesota. And sure enough, we got the catalog of all these field trips for kids and swimming lessons and golf lessons, everything you could think of. And I said to Cynthia, "I'm going tomorrow so I can register the kids." And so I got there as soon as they opened, and I said I wanted to get here quick so that my kids got a slot. And she said, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Well, I didn't want them to miss out." She goes, "No, we had more classes, we had more buses. We don't turn anybody away." It's
That's
like,
great.
say what?
That's amazing.
What? It just is so wholesome here
Yeah.
in Minnesota. It was hands down the education, the school system and the health system is second to none, as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
Yeah, like I live like directly above you actually. Like I'm in Manitoba, if you know
uh-huh.
Canada wise. So really Manitoba is a lot like North Dakota, Minnesota vibe. So I know a lot about Minnesota and we have a lot of parks too. We have a great zoo, like honestly, touristy and also great with kids. School districts are basically a lot like the same. It's typically Minnesota, North Dakota, a little bit of South Dakota is a lot like Canada, really.
And we would take the kids up north. Well, what happened was our second year here, we moved into the house in July. And like May of the next year, Simdad was doing a lot of travel with his job. And he said, "Deb," he goes, "find a cabin." And I said, "For what?" I said, "What do you mean find a cabin?" And he goes, "Everybody in Minnesota goes up north. Let's go up and see what they're doing." And it's like, really? So I search and thank God for the internet. I mean, there's gazillion campgrounds, and so I picked one that we went to for years and years and years because it said if you like loud late nights and hard partying, choose someplace else. And they had a gentle slope, which was important. I was a pediatric nurse, so we got to see horrible things when I and before and so having a gentle slope into a lake was very important, that there weren't like deep drop offs for
Right.
little kids in that. And so we would go camping every year, take them up. No, we're not really camping. We had a cabin. We weren't
Cabin.
tenting it.
Mhm.
And so that was so wholesome and just wonderful for the kids to grow up and have the outdoor fun, the tubing and the fishing and swimming.
Yeah, I love camping when I get to go. Like, I haven't gone much camping much as a kid, but when I had like the odd friend had a cabin that I did go out and everything, like tubing, boating, even fishing, just being outdoors is one thing I absolutely love. I actually just went out camping this past weekend actually, and it was nice. It was really nice to just get out, see the sunshine, see the woods, the nature.
Well,
you know?
it's peaceful. It's peaceful, and you get to enjoy Mother Nature
Mhm.
and the smells of just being up in the north, with the pines and we were driving on this road and we saw a mom bear. First time in my life that I've seen live bears myself that weren't on TV. And they were crawling, walking across the road. And I said to Sipti, I said, why are they walking on 2 feet? I mean, I just thought like Yogi Bear that they all ought to be walking upright. And he goes, Deb, that's never, I said, I've never seen it before. I just thought they'd be walking on 2 feet going across and they were very close to the campsite. We never saw them again,
That's
but
good.
just, and eagles, to
Eagles.
see an eagle so on the side of the road up north. I mean, just wonderful.
I love seeing
Just wonderful.
eagles. I actually, when I was little in middle school, we actually had to do a lockdown because I think it was a mama black bear and her cubs were outside, and we had to literally lock down the school because hey, you don't want to go outside when there's bears and everything.
No, when you see cubs, you run the other way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we had to do a lockdown for that. That was interesting. It was fun, but it was cool. I didn't see the bears or anything, but I've still yet to see bears in the zoo, yes, but like not in nature wise yet. But
yeah, that was the first time I'd ever seen a mom and her 2 cubs.
when I went to Edmonton, actually, I saw a mountain goat for the first time. That was really
Oh,
interesting.
really? Oh, very cool.
Mountain goats are
Goats
actually
are
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yes, they are.
What is the earliest memory that you can remember about yourself?
Earliest memory.
Earliest memory.
Earliest memory. I can remember, I think, so if my brother was a baby and he was born in 59, so I would have been 4 years old. And I remember Christmas that year that mom said the night before that we could not open our presents until the baby woke up.
Oh.
And the baby slept in a crib next to their bed. And I remember throwing things in there to hit him, to wake him up. And I was running out of soft stuff, and I grabbed a hairbrush and threw it in there, and it whacked him, and he started to wail. And it's like, he's up. So I would have been 4.
You were 4.
I don't think I must have hit him on the back of the head where they couldn't see a bruise, because I'm sure he'd have gotten.
Jeez, yeah,
I remember that.
Jeez.
Because we're all standing there, the 4 of us are waiting, because it's like, Santa Claus came and there's tons of gifts, but we can't wake up, and he's just 2 feet away from them in bed. So if we had gone in there, they'd have heard us, but we were just throwing stuff to hit them.
I'm shocked you didn't wake up your parents because of the stuff that you were throwing at.
No, it I remember the hairbrush. I had a plastic hairbrush, and because we were throwing like stuffed animals in there, and didn't do anything. The hairbrush clocked them good.
Did your parents notice
No,
that
they
there's
didn't know.
stuff in?
No, because no, they did not notice, and I did retrieve that hairbrush after the fact. Because it was just stuffed animals around there, and they probably wouldn't have even noticed. And of course, they've got kids. He's up, and so they jump out of bed, and so we did Christmas. That's probably the earliest, because it was just couldn't wait to open up those gifts.
Dang. Yeah, for me, my earliest would be like kindergarten, actually. So like 5 or 6. And I just remember the first day going into kindergarten. There's tons of toys. Let me go and play them and everything. I just left my mom out. She was upset that I left her. I'm like, there's toys, there's friends, there's people.
Now, where are you in terms of siblings or children?
Siblings? I have one older sister, and I'm the youngest child. So she is 25 or 26.
Okay.
So, and then I'm 21. So 4 years difference.
Okay.
So
There's
much
a
of a baby.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
the
Everyone tells me I'm the
baby.
baby. Yeah, it's great. What's your favorite moment of Simply as a child?
Knowing I was pregnant with him, because we had tried for a couple years,
Mhm.
and if you do the math, I was 42 when I had him. And I said to Cynthia, I don't want to be pregnant after 40, but we wanted more children desperately. And I remember I was doing karaoke at the time for extra money. And of course, I'd have a couple drinks, and I went, man, I don't feel right. And so my sister was at the house, and I said, let's go to the drugstore and get a pregnancy test. And she's okay. So we got it. It came back and it was positive. It's like, oh my God. So I didn't know how to tell Sipdad. I didn't know how I should tell him, because I wanted it to be a surprise. And, what was I going to do? And I couldn't wait. So I called him at work. At that time, he was working in an office where people had cubbies. So if you stood up in a room and yelled something, everybody would hear you. I think he was still in management, but he didn't have a private door office at that time. And so I called him and I said, hey, when you get home, I said, would you take the crib out of the garage? And he goes, yeah, sure. He goes, who needs it? I go, we do. And then he screams, Dab's pregnant. So, but he simply was, and I'm sure you've heard the story. And Simply hates it, but he's an old soul. He was one of these kids that talk very, very soon, but use words like he's from college. He was just a very,
Smart.
very well. He never, we never had to punish him. We never had to put him in the thinking chair. I mean, he was such a good kid from day one, and he was a beautiful, beautiful baby. As a matter of fact, I got a
Baby picture?
yeah. Why not embarrass him all the way, right?
Right? I was actually going to mention, do you have any embarrassing story you could tell about it?
Oh, he didn't do anything wrong, so it's hard. Here's a somebody he wrote his name on here. He needed a project for school where we put pictures of him, and here's a baby picture. Can you see that? How cute he is.
See that. Ooh. Oh, very cute.
He's adorable. Yeah, he had to have a picture board. So this is all of us. And this is him tubing.
He's just having the thumbs out.
See, he's got a float suit. That's what my kids wear. And that's, if you come swimming in my house with a kid, that's what they have on.
Ooh.
That keeps them upright, because I'm not having a child that drowns.
Yeah.
And so that's, but
he was
just the sweetest.
I've not seen those on kids actually before. I've only seen kids with life jackets, but like a swim float suit.
I took him to learn how to swim when he was very young, and he did something very peculiar. I don't know if you can make this out. See, he's diving.
Yeah.
Okay. He was standing on the side of the pool. He wasn't fully taught to swim. He was very, very young. I want to say 4. And he dove into the deep end. He just dove. And so I signed him up for diving lessons. He was the youngest one in diving lessons. He did a belly flop and he cried because the board was a little high. So I designed a bathing suit that had a panel, and that's what he's wearing here, that had padding. So no matter how hard, it was a one-piece suit. So no matter how hard he flopped, there was no more pain. So I designed him a swimsuit.
That's so cool.
And then that was, and he's on a horse. He's just very much a dog fan. Here's a picture of him with dogs. But yeah, this happens to be in here. Actually, I used this to hide I took this out of his closet because I needed the board to hide the light from the window because I was working on something. Yeah. So yeah, those are cute. Favorites. He was just, people always want to hear embarrassing things, but My other sons, I could tell you a bunch.
I'm not much like everyone hears about embarrassing stories. That's why I want to typically more go about you as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's why I'm like, if you have an embarrassing story, if you want to tell it, you can. You don't have to, but yeah,
Just nothing. He was such a good kid.
yeah,
Nothing comes to mind.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Only one more thing about Simply and then back to you, but what is
Okay.
something no one knows about your son that he probably doesn't even know that he could think about? Like one thing that he doesn't know about, you think, that you know.
Something about him that he doesn't even think about.
Yeah.
Well, we had to trick him to eat food because he's still a picky eater. But when he was little bitty, we had our nephew staying with us for a while. And when I would have a new food to introduce, I would say to Ryan, I said, Lincoln has no idea, or your cousin Joe has no idea how to eat this food. Can you show him how? And he would go take and he would eat it. And then, of course, the cousin would say, wait a minute, I didn't see it. Could you show me again? And then might even do it again. That he looks away, goes, wait, one more time. So we would kind of cajole him into trying new foods because he was going to show the cousin how to eat the food. So that was, but I don't know if he would remember that, but his oldest brother is the liveliest, but I think Simply's more introspective. He loves to read self-help books and he loves to read. He's
Great. Yeah, like I know like audiobooks are a main thing that a lot of people like listen to nowadays because a lot of people are just not into reading. And that it's a weird, it's like certain years you hear a lot more people, oh, hey, let's go back into reading books. Hey, let's go back into audiobooks. It comes and goes with people. It's a weird little trend with people, but that's a good thing. I'm not a person that likes to read, but like I could listen to an audiobook for like a good hour or two, right? But yeah.
That's what we do when we're traveling long distances. We get audiobooks.
Yeah, audiobooks or podcasts. I was listening actually to Ludwig's podcast when I was out in Saskatchewan for my trip and everything. And I went on that long 7-hour drive back. I did an audio podcast and just listened to that. So it was nice. It was nice. But yeah. What is something that no one knows about you, actually, that is to us friendly?
No one knows about me.
Yeah. Not even your stream knows about you. One thing that you've kept on the internet that you've not told people about, that you want to tell the people.
That I want to tell the people. One thing about me.
And no one knows.
I'm pretty open with my chat. That no one knows. Wow. That no one knows.
Like I'll give you an example. Most of my chat doesn't know I'm actually flexible. I can put both my legs behind my back.
I can too.
Oh, cool.
I used to get free drinks all the time. Haven't done it in a lot of years, but I used to do it. I bet some clown when I was young. Well, of course, I was not wearing a dress, of course, but yes, very flexible. Yeah, I am very flexible. My sisters are as well. We used to put each other's legs behind our head and spin us around on the ground.
Yeah, that was fun as a kid. That was really fun.
Yeah. So I got that one. I just something. Boy, I'll think of a gazillion things after the fact. That no one knows.
Yeah, if it doesn't come to mind, it doesn't come to mind. You'll think about it later, but yeah, it's simple question.
I have no tattoos.
Oh, that's good. Are you gonna get a tattoo or no?
No.
No. Don't want to? No. Okay.
Don't want to.
Okay.
No, I think that's more of a generational thing.
Yeah.
I would say that I'm a fairly emotional person.
Really?
That that when the commercials come on about animals or children being harmed, I have to look away, because it breaks my heart to think that people could be so cruel.
Yeah.
So that in Simp Dad too, it's like when these, it's like I cannot, the cruelty. It breaks my heart. It'll be just about bring me to tears to watch cruelness.
Yeah, I typically switch the station when that happens, when one of those ads pops up, and then I'm like, okay, once that ad goes away, then I'll go back to the station. But yeah,
hit the mute button and look away. Yeah.
Or
So
just turn off the TV.
Maybe that I'm get very emotional when it comes to abuse. I don't know.
Okay.
I wish I had something profound to tell you, but one thing is that I don't like not wearing makeup.
Oh.
I like to have my war paint on. But I think people would be shocked what I look like without it.
You should, honestly. This is what I think you should do. I don't know if you've done this before, but I know you should get Simply to do your makeup or something, or even babbsity one day if you do meet.
Well, she's really good.
I know, but she should do your makeup one stream.
She's really good.
You should get her to do your makeup. I know they just did a stream about her doing makeup on Simply, but why not do it for the mom now?
Well, if she comes to town, he just doesn't he doesn't do the red lipstick very well. It should have been like a peachy plum.
Or a purple one. A purple one would have looked
No, not purple. Peachy plum would have been perfect for him.
Okay. Okay. Maybe. Let's see. If you became, this is a weird question I got actually. If you became president for a month, what would you change about America?
I'd reboot the government. I'd bring common sense back. That's easy.
Okay, you're just serious about that. Okay. Nothing else, just that you want to change.
Well, that's going to fix everything else.
For a month.
It would be, wait a minute. Let's bring truth, honesty. Let's treat people the way we want to be treated. Let's go to the grassroots and give every child a fighting chance to achieve their dreams. Preach. And I would also change it that nobody could drop out of school at 16. Is that you either go into a trade school or you go to college.
You can drop out of school in America at 16?
Yes, you can. I would abolish that. And I might even add that everybody's got to do a year of public service, whether it's visiting in the nursing home or picking up trash or doing something to help society.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Other than that, but bring back common sense would be the biggest one.
Yeah, like I've done volunteering stuff actually to help out with the community. I do that actually on spare time a lot. And that's one thing I absolutely love. So honestly, even that is something that
absolutely that would be part of it, is you have to volunteer a year of your life. You've got to do something. Yeah.
And it helps a lot of these kids. Like even like a lot of these kids want to get jobs and everything, and they need a resume and everything. They just don't volunteer.
Absolutely.
You need to volunteer to get something.
Absolutely. You can shadow, and shadow someone. Sure.
Exactly. What is a fear for yourself? A fear. What do you fear?
What do I fear?
Yeah.
What do I fear? I fear mountain passes.
What?
I have gotten out of a moving car going over a mountain pass. I believe in a former life I met my demise on a mountain pass. Simp Dad will tell you, I had my pilot's license. Okay, I have no fear of heights. I have no fear of heights. There's something about a mountain pass that terrifies me. It just.
Yeah, the bend and everything. I'm assuming because of like cars, and also you could actually go off the mountain, right?
Well, there's some pretty treacherous ones in Colorado, And I've
Yeah.
never been more scared. When you see seasonal, or if you have a heart condition, you're in for a world of it. And it just, nothing will get my anxiety. That's probably, I would say, the only, nothing else really scares me. I wouldn't want to be put in a box and buried alive. That doesn't sound good.
You
you
should
know, I
hit up
mean,
Mr. Beast with that.
you know, I mean, you know, being put somewhere confined would not be good. But I would have to say, hands down, mountain passes terrorize me. They
Huh.
they're beautiful. They're beautiful, but I believe that I met my demise in another life, and that's why I'm so scared of them.
I guess, like, if you do go fast a lot, it could be scary.
No, even walking over them.
Walking over
I mean, I'm not. I just, there's just something that's so anxiety provoking that I cannot explain it. I have no explanation for my fear.
them? I feel that.
I don't.
I'm a person that hates spiders still. Still will
Oh,
always spiders.
now
Spider-
I had a spider. We were in the woods here, and so we have spiders in the house, and once in a while ticks. And one of them, a spider fell on my face one night from the ceiling and was crawling. But I had to wake up. I knocked it off, but then I had to find it because it's like, buddy, no. Because Simp Dad doesn't like to kill anything, so he would catch it and let it loose outside. I think this one met its demise.
No, Sim Dad, you killed the spider.
I think this one's living in our septic.
No. Like, I was on vacation and there was a spider, like, literally. Think of my bed right there. Think of the wall, like, where my pillow is. It was, like, right there. I'm like, oh, I could have died that night from that spider. I was so close to
Really?
dying. It was not fun.
So how would you be with like a tarantula, one the size of your hand? Not good.
No, don't give me a tarantula.
Yeah.
I almost touched a tarantula once at the zoo and everything. I'm like, no, get me away from there. No.
It's funny how we as humans, our fears, where do they come from?
Right?
Spiders and snakes were what? Predators kind of us. I mean, we're afraid of them as a human. Snakes, we get the snakes down in Arizona, the rattlesnakes and that. And
Snakes are cool. I think they're pretty cool. They feel fun when you touch them.
I love to watch them move, how they can go across rocks like it's
Right?
just velvet.
Yeah,
Just
it's so
amazing,
cool.
yeah.
Nice seeing this.
Very cool. Very cool.
Let's see. What is your favorite animal?
Dogs.
Dogs? Just simple dogs?
Dogs. My dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
Love dogs.
What is the biggest celebrity you have met and experienced with?
I touched Robert Kennedy when we were kids at a fairground. He was campaigning, and my dad said, "Go up and see him." So all of us kids ran up and we just touched the back of him. I was in an elevator in Canada when Lech Walesa they had sealed off everything, and we were the last ones in. He was going to go up. We were at Niagara Falls, and he was going to go up on the Canadian side we were on? Was it the American side? I think it was the Canadian side. And they had sealed it all off for him to go up. And we came down, and there he was, like, we didn't know what was going on. A celebrity that I actually talked to,
Yeah.
Simp Dad's met a couple. OJ Simpson. He hit on
O.J. Simpson?
He hit on me years ago. Yeah. When I was moonlighting at I was working as a hostess at a Perkins in New York. Yeah, he came in. I didn't know who he was.
That's cool.
Until he came in with two other Buffalo Bills. I sat them at the table. They were very nice looking gentlemen, all wearing suits. And then I went back up to the cash register. I worked as a nurse during the day, so I would moonlight at extra money. And then all of a sudden there was like a buzz in the restaurant, like everybody was talking at the same time. And it's like, and the cook said, "Hey, come here. He goes, "Do you know who you just sat?" And I said, "Yeah, 3 guys in a suit." He goes, "No, that's OJ Simpson, Reggie McKenzie, and Joe Ferguson." And I'm like,
Joe Ferguson.
oh, the Bills. I mean, I recognize the name. And so, and then he came up to the counter, and he said, he paid the bill, and he said, goes, what's your sign?
What's your sign?
The sign is no, ain't happening. I mean, I just, you know, just, I was young, you know, yeah, what's your sign? That's the best you can do.
I think you wanted
Wouldn't
to
have
know your
mattered.
star,
Wouldn't have mattered.
know the star sign, but yeah.
So that would have been the only celebrity that the biggest celebrity that I had like a conversation. He might have had some small talk, some others. I just got kind of a, you know, as a woman, it's like just kind of, you know, I was at work, you
Yeah.
know. But I did go over to the table, because at that time I was specializing. I was one-to-oneing a patient at Children's, and I brought a napkin, and I said, hey, you know, fellas, I said, I'm a nurse. I work at the Children's Hospital. I said, would you be willing to sign, you know, so I could give it to the little boy that I special? And all three of them very graciously signed. And then they said, here's another one for you.
Oh, that's so nice of them. That's great.
Very, very, very polite, very nice. But I just felt like, you know, what's your sign?
Yeah, that's a weird question, but yeah, I understand what they said about the sign though, because they wanted to know your star sign. I'm assuming, but yeah, it was weird.
Well, you know, I think it's like an opening line when you don't know what to say. You know, I don't know. Perhaps.
That's weird. Like for me, I haven't had like much celebrities like I've talked to, because I haven't gone much out anywhere that much, but I want to travel, of course, the next year, and to meet friends from Twitch and everything. But the main thing for me, as for like celebrity wise, I worked for a good year before COVID hit, with the sports team in my area and everything. So I've met like and interviewed quite a bit of the hockey players in the city and everything. So, and in other teams too, like legit, I got to a little bit like in the presence of Sidney Crosby, if you know Sidney Crosby for hockey wise for Pittsburgh and everything. But yeah, there a lot of famous hockey players I got to like experience with in my town. So that I guess would be celebrity wise for me, but it's nothing too crazy. I haven't
Yeah,
been, like,
I mean, me
famous.
either. I just happened to be working.
Right, working as well. So I guess that's a lot of, I guess, for people's experiences are with working. I guess you meet a celebrity, I guess. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess a couple more things. What's the a message you want to live on before you die?
Just treat people the way that you want to be treated.
The same
That's
message
it.
that you want to tell people.
Same
always.
message
Same
is it
message.
be kind,
Mhm.
because you can.
Exactly.
And treat your, you know, when you're raising your family, understand that your children are sponges.
True.
And they're going to absorb whatever they see. So be careful of what you think, because they absorb everything. So know that you're on front center stage when you're rearing your kids.
Exactly. I love that.
Stop the hate.
Stop the hate. Don't hate on people. Exactly.
Judge people by their character,
Mhm.
not their color, not their sexual preference, their character.
Preach. Preach it, SIMPMOM.
I know
Exactly.
I'm on the box again. I do say that. You know, it's important that people, you know, I had a conversation with someone who recently kind of surprised me. The person was like, well, people choose to be gay.
Mhm.
And it's like, when did you choose to be straight? Well, I'm born that way. Amen.
Okay. True. True. You just didn't know. You just never knew. Wow. Exactly. Describe yourself with one word. Which would it be?
One word.
Only one word. Only
One word.
Yeah.
I would say nice.
Nice. Any reason
Nice.
why? What's nice?
No.
No?
I mean,
Okay.
I just think that well, maybe pleasant would be a better,
Okay.
pleasant or funny, pleasant. You know, no, upbeat.
That's a good one.
We'll go with upbeat.
Okay. Well, SIMPMOM, that's all I got for you. Who do you want to host / raid for today?
Who do I want to host? Who's out there?
I don't know. You choose. You're the person. That's the
Really?
thing
We get to
about me.
rate somebody? Hot damn.
Yeah, you get to choose. That's how I end the interview off. I ask those couple last minute things, and then you get to choose because you're the interviewer.
All right, let me minimize. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see who's out there. Mizzy's out there. Kit.
I say a little
know
person.
what?
I say a little. If you have a little person.
I would say let's do Pastel Isabel.
Can you type that in my chat for me? Because then I could copy and paste that.
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Let's go here. Okay, got it. Let me see if I can cut and paste. Can I cut and paste her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on. I just switched to her. She is
Posh Champ chat. Posh Champ.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I gotta go back.
This.
Wait a
This
minute.
was fun.
I've got to go back to you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Awesome. Okay.
Pastel is.
Well, thank you so much, SIMPMOM. Have a great rest of your day. And
You too.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. This was fun.
This was fun. This is good. This was good.
And I hope I could do this actually with you again in a year's time. I've been slowly getting like telling people, hey, if you want to redo another interview and just see, hey, what the last year has been going on with you, I want to probably do another interview with you. But yeah.
And I have no idea how long I'll stream.
Yeah.
It kind of took a life of its own. I mean, if I get a new grandbaby, I might say, you know what, time for a while.
Yeah.
But
it's
the folks out there, the chat is just wonderful. It's very hard to walk away from.
Appreciate that. Well, have a good rest
and
of your day.
Thank you so much for your time. You did a great job.
I'm happy
Eagle
about
Owl.
that. I'm happy about that, and you enjoyed yourself. And I try to make it more wholesome for you, and try to do a little bit of stuff that you do. I really focus on yourself. That's the main thing, and I don't want to make it shine on Simply. But we did talk a little bit about Simply, but I wanted to.
I wouldn't be here without Simply.
Exactly.
I would not be a streamer if it wasn't for Simply.
It's true, but
important.
Yeah. But thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day and rest of your week. And yeah, have a good one.
Yes. Be so kind as to text me your address and we'll get you a Simply hat.
For sure. I will text you that after.
Name and address.
Yep. Sounds good. Have a good day. Bye.